Why safety? You're investing in your most valuable asset, the people. Construction is full of people. That's what is all about. And this means people who are on-site working, people who are visitors to your site, people who are walking by the site, maybe parking their car next door, that type of thing. So it's all the people around and in your construction site. It's about managing risks, your risks, the owner's risks. It saves money, both direct and indirect, for people who can't work, and indirectly for the cost of hospitalization and all those other things that come along with an injury. The hard hat and the vest, good to go. There should be a standard practice for all construction managers on site. This way you're out there setting the example. If you're wearing your hard hat, your vest, your construction shoes, your safety glasses, this will encourage the workers to follow that example as well. And it's the right thing to do. Safety is an investment. It's the experience modification rate, a multiplier used by the insurance industry to determine the cost of workers' compensation. An EMR of 1.0 is average. An EMR less than 1.0 is good. An EMR greater than 1.0 means your bid will be higher. When the owner is selecting a construction contractor, this is one of the things that they should be looking at in the construction contractor's past experience to see what their safety rate is and to determine whether that's the contractor they want to have building their job. Bid price equals material plus subs plus self-performed. Self-performed equals material plus labor. All CMs should understand this, but owners may not. So it's a good thing for you to bring up as advice to your owner when they're selecting their contractor. So project safety, the first thing to look at is that you have a three-legged stool. The construction manager, the owner, and the contractor all have responsibility for project safety. A number of things contribute to that. OSHA requirements, the building codes, laws, morality, your ethical and professional behavior and actions on site, liability, your contracts and how they're written, insurance policies, and the actions that you take. A closer look at the players. Let's take a closer look at the players. The owner could be the government agency or private sector owner. You have to talk about what is their safety perception. What do they expect to see when they come on the site for a visit? And whose action do they expect to be taken when there seems to be a safety violation? The contractor has a contract with the owner and could be any number of contract types. Low bid, negotiated, cost plus. They might even be a design builder on a particular project. And then you have the third party, the construction manager, who also has a contract with the owner and acts as the owner's representative. Again, their eyes and ears on site. The CM, the contractor, the owner, and the employees all have responsibilities when it comes to personal safety. Never attempt to inspect work to which there is inadequate or unsafe access, unsafe conditions, or a situation that puts you in an unsafe condition. Be able to identify the hazard using your training and experience. Some typical hazards that you'll see on site. Fall hazards, which is any type of work that's above grade where someone can misstep, step off a scaffold, a set of stairs, anything like that. Vehicles. This could mean vehicles that are parked inappropriately, vehicles that come on and off the site that may be pulling things or are not the right size, etc. Equipment. All kinds of construction equipment comes on site. You want to make sure that the pieces of equipment are well maintained, that they have a maintenance record, that you know that they're appropriate to be on site. Excavations. A great place for someone to have an accident, fall in a hole because it's not properly roped off or identified. Maintenance of traffic. That means your egress, your access and egress. These two are actually related. How vehicles get on and off the site. What parking is allowed on site versus around the site, and how you control that. Reliance on others. This is an interesting topic. In some cases, you need to rely on others. There are going to be times when contractors are going to need to tag out certain pieces of equipment to make sure that they're out of service while others are working on them. If you're working in a confined space, which is the next bullet, you want to make sure that you've got a partner there, to make sure that you are safe while you're in that confined space and able to exit comfortably when the work is done. Again, this is really about the contractor. As the CM, you're going to be monitoring these things, but you want to be aware of what they should look like so that you can point out when there may be a hazard. Electrical. There's all types of electrical hazards. It could be the breakers. It could be the distance between one piece of equipment and another. It could be just an extension cord that you see on the floor that looks frayed or not in good shape and needs to be removed from the project. Cutting and welding. Whenever workers are using heat, torches, anything like that, it's an easy place for an accident to happen. Very easy to set something on fire when you're working on something next to it, whether you're welding a pipe or cutting a pipe. PPE requirements. This goes back to your hard hat, your vest, your proper footwear. Long pants. Can't be stressed enough that everyone on site should wear long pants to avoid getting things dropped on them, rubbing up against something, getting cut or gashed because they're not properly protected. Regardless of the weather. Contaminants. Contaminants can be any number of things. Could be just dust in the air, but particularly hazardous materials, lead, silica, asbestos, things that you don't want to be breathing in while you're on site. And these, of course, have a whole nother set of requirements when you're working with them in the hazardous material arena.